Haikyuu Battle of the Garbage Dump was absolutely one of the best anime movies of the year. Huge statement coming from me, I know, but just stick with me. I can confidently say there is one main factor that all Haikyuu fans can agree on that made this movie so special. But let's see what factor that really was, because there are many things that made this movie just so amazing. By the way, you have clicked on the right YouTube channel. I am HR Godspeed. I got a haircut, shaved the beard off. I did this live on my stream, shameless plugin. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. If you want to go see me do dumb things online live, check out my Twitch, link in the description down below. I really appreciate it. But let's get into the video. Now, there are some things that bothered a lot of Haikyuu fans, and that was the fact that it took them about 4 years to come out with this movie, which is kind of crazy to me. I got really lucky because I started watching Haikyuu earlier this year, so technically I only waited like 8 months for the new movie to come out, and it was worth the wait for me. And personally, if it took 4 years for this movie to come out for me, I think the wait was worth it. 4 years is a long time, but I really think they wanted to make this movie as perfect as possible and not just release some half-baked movie, because this is one of the most anticipated matchups of the Haikyuu story. Nekoma versus Cross No High. One of the big reasons why this matchup was so anticipated was because these two teams were actually really good in the past, and in recent years both these teams kind of slowly stooped down to the very bottom of everyone's radar in the volleyball community. But this time it was different. Cross No got Hinata and Kageyama, but the cats have been practicing their chemistry as well, with Kenma and Tetsuro being best friends from when they were little kids, so this was going to be different. Both of these teams had a lot to prove, especially since everyone underestimated them coming into the tournament since they've been really bad in the past couple of years. But they were able to prove everyone wrong and actually face one another in this tournament, and it's impressive that they even reached this point. Hence the title Battle at the Garbage Dump, since both teams were perceived as being the worst teams that could possibly join, and actually ended up being, I think, the quarterfinals for this huge tournament. So they showed out everybody. The story and build up for this match is probably the main reason this movie was so special for all of us. We have seen Kurosano and Nekoma at the training camps from the beginning of the story. Yeah, that's right, new camera angle, what's up? Seeing all these players train together at the training camps really helped us be invested into both teams and actual individual characters, which this anime really does well, making us connect to the characters. We have seen all these players face one another to try and improve their game, and the losers, well, they always had to do some sort of punishment, and that was always Kurosano having to do the punishment. And there were so many crucial moments for each character in these training camps. Each character learned their own lessons in these training camp episodes, which is why this anticipated matchup was so hyped and so longed for. We see all their sacrifices and hardships throughout these training camps. One of the main moments in these training camps was when Suki and his friend Tadashi got into the argument outside the training camps, and I think it was about Suki not being so involved in volleyball. He didn't want to put himself and actually enjoy volleyball, because if he enjoyed it, then that means when he loses, all that sacrifice, all that hard work would be for nothing, and he was afraid, which thankfully Tadashi really showed him, like, hey, this is not what you should be doing because it's gonna affect the team. You just gotta put your all into it. I mean, it's just little moments like this that we see throughout the story that really makes this matchup super anticipated. But like I mentioned, granted, each time Nekoma faces Kurosano in these training camps, I think they fought twice, I think, and each time Kurosano loses. But that did not stop us from being excited for this matchup. And why is that? Leading up to this match, Kurosano had been playing many matches against other strong opponents, and some time had really passed between Kurosano and Nekoma playing against each other in these practice training camps. And I mean, one of these matches that Kurosano had to fight was the twins, and we know how crazy that team was and how they were actually anticipated to win the entire tournament, and to see them knocked out so early was quite a feat for Kurosano High. Those twins were on X game mode. I mean, that clip where they stop the music, they go like this and they stop the band, that shit was cold as fuck. But anyways, from the very beginning of Kurosano and Nekoma's match, we saw them fight ferociously through each set. We actually see some of the Kurosano guys saying it must be the last set because of how tired they were, but it was only the beginning of the second set, which is crazy to think of. And they actually mentioned in the story why this is. It's because Kurosano High is an offensive team, and they're always trying to do that synchronized attack, which means all these players are having to jump constantly every single time. It's crazy. I mean, each second of the game, every single player was playing to the fullest. And one of the main reasons we see that this is because of Kenma. I would say he's the villain, but not really a villain, because him and Hinata have this kind of friendship. I would say Kenma's the reason why Kurosano was getting shut down for a little bit. And I mean, seeing Kenma getting excited about the match and smiling was something I didn't think was possible at all. But seeing him able to stop people with his calculated moves was kind of crazy. Yeah, because he was able to shut down Hinata, which was kind of insane. Even seeing something as small as Kenma showing he is fast and not lazy was shocking to all of us. And it's funny if you think about it. I mean, he's been playing volleyball with these guys for like a couple months and they're like, oh wow, he's actually kind of fast when he's actually trying. And I mean, we could see he's really invested into the match, which was getting us invested into the match as well. And it was crazy to see that for a good little while in the movie, Hinata was getting shut down by Kenma, like I mentioned earlier, and we really saw Hinata getting frustrated and sidetracked. We would see him wandering by himself and lost in his own mind because he was getting shut down, and everything was working perfectly for Kenma to the T. We even see Kenma gets a little sad because he was able to shut him down and he was able to figure out how to do it. But that doesn't last long, and honestly, it surprises Kenma so much when he sees Hinata snap out of it because he starts mumbling to himself, freaking out for a little bit. I mean, I would too if I saw this kid somehow able to jump higher and get the ball to 3 blockers intentionally. Like, he's the only one who could catch that set. There was no synchronized attack. He was by himself going against 3 blockers. I mean, I would be muttering words to myself as well if I saw some shit like that. But this was so beautifully animated with Hinata preparing himself to launch into the air, and he did get up in the air, man. We could see like the wind somehow settling into his feet, getting ready to jump, which was really awesome to see. There were so many moments the movie captured that was able to focus on the individuals in the show, which was nice to see because we could see all of their hard work was paying off. We can even see the movie pulling on everyone's emotions when they start showing clips from the past. We see these little clips from the past combined with the inspiring music and the intensity of the battle till the ball hits the floor, which was so exhilarating to watch. Both teams fighting to the death. We even see Suki admit that he's having fun during the match, which was something as well that we were not expecting to hear from him, especially because of how close he is from volleyball, but finally admitted it. I saved the best for last in my opinion, and that was the animation. I will say for sports anime, the animation is kind of important because they're always doing some motion, they're running or jumping or something. So if the animation isn't good, it's gonna be a little weird watching a sports anime in my opinion. But of course, the story and the plot and characters have a lot to do with it too to be enjoyable. And this is where I bring up Blue Lock and specifically season 2. As everyone has been saying, the animation for Blue Lock season 2 is kind of meh. It isn't good, but the story is brilliant for Blue Lock. I mean, I don't really care if there's slideshow things and the 3D animation that they're incorporating into Blue Lock. That doesn't really matter to me because I'm just so invested into the story, and that's what's really guided me through season 2. But this is where Haikyuu, I think, can one up Blue Lock. Haikyuu's story is so heartfelt, but the animation is so fucking good, especially at the second half of the story when everything's ramping up. They're able to display the raw emotions of all the characters in the show while they're trying to win this war on the battlefield. It's so awesome. And there were 2 scenes in particular that I want to point out that were just out of this world. And that was the first scene I want to talk about is Nekoma's captain serving. I always forget his name, sorry. He starts with the serve and Suki was able to score from this, which is so great to see unveil. I mean, we see the animators went crazy into this because they draw out the characters a little bit differently, showing their spirits and their tenacity into the game. We see how laser focused they are throughout this entire animated sequence, and it's crazy to see. We saw the fluid motions of everything, the serves, the spikes, the receives, the saves, and crazy angles of all of it too, which was awesome. The second one, I'm sure everyone knows what I'm going to bring up, and it's Kenma's perspective, which was insane to watch. We were able to see from his perspective just how insane this match was. And this combined with the voice actors breathing throughout the entire sequence to show how tired and exhausted he was throughout the match really made it perfect. There was so many fluid motions in this scene too. I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic work in these 2 segments, and it was such a great match till the end, leaving all the players and us the viewers wanting to watch more. It's crazy to think that when Kenma started to try, he ends up losing to his sweat on his hands, something he's probably never been used to before because he was sweating like crazy out there. But yeah, this movie was absolutely fantastic, and it's easily my favorite movie, my favorite anime movie of the year without a doubt. Probably my favorite anime of the year without a doubt, even though it was just a movie. This was just built up for a while for me since the beginning of the year, and I was anticipating it. They really came out here swinging, and although I've been watching Blue Lock season 2, I've been really enjoying it with the last episode that came out today, actually episode 7. That was a really good episode. I was actually animated well, but I think Haikyuu was able to combine all of these factors like I mentioned before with the heartfelt story, with the characters and the animated sequences and the music. I think everything just flowed perfectly for this movie, and without a doubt, one of my favorite movies for anime of all time. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you watched all the way through, you're a real one. Thank you. Like I mentioned before, I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll put the link to my bio for my Twitch, and I also have a gaming account if you're interested into gaming. I'm going for Dark Matter and Black Ops 6, so if you want to go check that out on my live stream or on my YouTube channel, I'd also appreciate that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the love and support for the videos. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day and peace, everyone. Man, it's so cool, guys. I got a whole mic arm now, and I can do this too. Like, what the fuck? That's awesome. All right, peace, everybody.